Recently went viral for what you said based upon responsibilities of child support. Can you elaborate a little bit more on the things?
So let me make it crystal clear about what I said. I said that if a woman decides to go down to the courthouse and put a man on child support at that moment includes birthdays, holidays, graduation. There should be no extra money expected from that father, especially if you know for a fact that he's an active father and you decided to put him on child support anyway. And so what most women are going to say is, well, what am I supposed to do with $90 bi-weekly? Why are you even laying down and having sex with men that if you take them for child support, you get $90 weekly, bi-weekly, right? But then we got to go a little bit further into it, right? You'll call him a deadbeat or a bum because he's complaining about paying $90 bi-weekly, but who's the bigger bum? The one that's complaining about paying it or the one that's fighting tooth and nail to receive $90 bi-weekly?
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
And I'm going to lose a lot of my followers for this post, but when you put that man on child support, that is school clothes, birthdays included. When you put that man on child support, when you walk yourself down there and you put that man on child support, that is school clothes, birthdays included. You got to stretch that child support for everything that you need. So, before you go down there and you like to kind of jump out there a little bit. Remember, that child support is for birthdays, Christmas, if you celebrate these type of things, and school clothes. And the judge is going to tell you that, whoa, gifts and stuff is extra. That ain't got nothing to do with child.
I've also come to realization that there are just certain allegations that I will never, ever beat with you guys. I came into this situation with the status because I have a child by a very successful artist, right? From then, I'm viewed as a certain type of woman because I'm beautiful and I have a nice body. And normally women like that attract a certain caliber of men, which is also not my fault. And now that I am in yet another situation where I now have a child with another successful man, there's no telling you guys that I'm not a gold digger. You guys, it's no beating those allegations at all. The only thing that irritates me is I read comments that say, oh, you're a gold digger, or you kept the baby for a check. What if I came to y'all's pages, right? And I compared the men that you have children with to the men that I have children with. And I said, you were digging for poverty when you picked him to be your baby daddy, weren't you? Oh, you kept that baby for an extra income tax credit, didn't you? Or you kept that baby for a couple extra $100 in food stamps, didn't you? Or you kept that baby for an extra Section 8 voucher. Is that why you kept your baby? Now, if that was triggering, that's how I feel every time somebody says, do you even love that baby?
See, now that's what I'm talking about, Shabambu. Suck it. Yeah, niggas trying to hide the good shit.
Baby, you want to dance?
Yes, I do. But not with you. Hurrah! 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 Hurrah!
When a dad who has 50-50 shared parenting with their kids is forced to pay child support to another parent who refuses to work, this is nothing short of extortion because it rewards somebody for not doing their part as a parent. If you can't afford to have your kid half the time, then you shouldn't have your kid half the time. And if you're a guy who is earning a lot more than his partner, you need to understand this because equalization is what they call it. I created the Family Law Trap for this exact reason. This is a comprehensive introduction to family law that'll help you vet lawyers and make the right decisions. Check out the link in my bio and follow along for the ride, brother, because we are just getting started.
It's the best piece of advice you've ever received. Don't chase pussy.
One of the worst things that a quote unquote black woman can do is put the government or the police in y'all situation because they don't really care about you, the child, him.
Say, let me tell you something, bro. All the bitch got to do is threaten me with them peoples, man, and I don't fuck with them. Ever, any bitch that know me, bitch, just threat. I'm a cop, bitch. That's the last time you ever gonna see.
If you threaten me with the police, you dead to me. If you threaten my partner with the police, you dead to me. If you threaten my family member with the police, you dead to me. That's like pointing a gun at a nigga. Once you do that, you dead to me.
Oh, you think it's funny, bitch? This is pimping here. I've been on Wheel of Fortune, Prices Right. Oh, bitch, it's funny. Come on with it. Oh, boy, y'all rather piss off that crew than piss off Potter. Oh, it's funny. Keep on laughing. Bring your face over here. Play that shit.
A lot of shit pissed me off. Like you got Anthony Edwards, ex, pretty much taking him back and forth to court. I mean, this man has tried to cash this woman out multiple times, so she could stop trying to get him for his money. So she ends up taking the case to California, and the judge dismisses her case. From her jumping from Milwaukee and here and there, trying to get as much child support as she could. I believe she was even in Georgia at one point, or maybe that was Tyreek Hill's ex. But these women that be jumping from state to state to see what state will give them the most money, and if a lawyer or even the man that she's taking to court brings this up to the judge, maybe the judge will see it as badgering him, constantly taking him to court. You can't keep on taking people to court for the same thing. And a lot of judges will throw that type of stuff out, you know, uh, especially if you didn't win the first time or the second time. Now that this would be the third, fourth time you took the same man to court over the same allegations and stuff like this. It's really mind-boggling how these courts would actually let these women keep on taking people to court. It doesn't even matter if they already made a judgment on it. They're trying to make them overturn the actual judgment. It doesn't matter if it's 5, 6, 8 months later. They're still trying to make them overturn a judgment that these judges have already established. And a lot of times the family court loves the extra money coming in, loves the uh, uh, people coming in to talk about their situations and stuff like this. They're not trying to dismiss or overturn any cases. They might listen to you and let you get whatever out. But if a judge already made that decision, they're usually not going to override another judge's decision. But I have seen so many times that these family courts, they don't give a damn about what another judge says. This isn't criminal, and they just feel like since it's financial, it can be overturned or persuaded. So I got a personal story, right? I'm not trying to pretty much throw my baby mother under the bus, but she jumped from at least 3 different counties to try to get child support, right? We was in one county. They only established it to be $90, you know what I mean? Because I have physical custody and timeshare with my daughter, right? She jumps to another county. They give her $400, right? And now I'm fighting like, wait a minute. We've established this in one county for $90. And now she's going over here and they're giving her 400. I try to fight that for about a year, 2 years. She jumps to another county. So now the county that I'm fighting in, they're telling me it doesn't matter because she lives in another county now. So we have to go with this county. She goes to that other county and she says, I have zero timeshare with my kid. She says that I don't be around, and I'm not helpful or whatever the case might be. And they give her 100%. Now I'm paying $1,200 in child support by her saying and telling the judge anything without the judge actually going. And they don't share records and documents. The counties and the states don't share these things. So when you go into court, you have to explain everything that might be going on, and if your lawyer isn't explaining it right, or if you're not explaining it right, then it could go south real quick. So I've been fighting a $1,200 judgment that a judge put on me without even seeing me or my baby mother or anything like that. They were just going off of what she said and established with the court date. The court, nobody was at court, but I still got a $1,200 a judgment on me without anybody showing up. I didn't show up because I didn't even know about the fucking court date. I had no clue. And you would think that they would make sure that you would have some type of access to the court date. Um, and they never did. I get, I'll say 20 different letters from child support a month, because I have so many different employers, right? So they're constantly sending me things, and I'm not trying to keep on opening the same thing, seeing a judgment for $1,200 over here and a judgment like it is kind of degrading, if you will, to constantly see that your checks is getting garnished like this. And I mean, I got my kid in the room right now. I got my kid right here, right now, and I'm still paying $1,200. I got letters every fucking where showing that I'm not a good dad, that I'm not here for my kids, but I have my kid right here in the room right now. And these are the type of situations and judgments that dudes don't talk about. Dudes sit here and just handle it and don't get to express themselves. And if they express themselves, they're sassy. If they feel some type of way that the courts is not working with them or the woman's not working with them, they're feeling like they're just just out of pocket or angry or anything like this. When you see the court system working with um, a delusional, deranged woman that doesn't want to see the best interest for the kid or the mate that she chose to lay down with and have a baby. It is what it is. I don't understand how um the system will constantly let women take men to court like this without dismiss them. See, Anthony Edwards has some of the best lawyers on the case, right? So he doesn't have to worry about that. He has money to pay it off. He has all this type of stuff. He doesn't have to worry about it. A normal guy like me, it can ruin my life. And I try to tell my baby mother that this shit is ruining my financial stability, right? If you get a $1,200 judgment on you and you actually have your kid, I'm paying for nobody cares. All's fair, love, war, business. Write that shit down and remember that for the rest of your life because it's going to help you out. All's fair, love, war, and business. So if the bitch cheat on you and she's found another guy, it's all fair. You tell any of your friends, they're going to say it is what it is. I mean, the U.S. is bombing Iran, right? Iran is bombing different places. Kids are the casualties sometimes, right? And that is part of the game. You're a casualty to war, right? So this is what I'm talking about. They don't give a fuck, right? This is just part of the game, the war game, if you will. Let's go to what was I saying? Love, all fair is love, business, and war, or business, war, and love. It doesn't matter. Let's go to business. McDonald's dude, he was a kind-hearted man, heart of gold. He came in and brung people in so they could see how they made assembly line for the fucking burger. How they made an assembly line for this and the that or the French fries. He showed them how to do the job. Somebody manipulated him and took his business from right under his nose. Do anybody care? Does anybody? He's done it legally, quote unquote, even though it was snakily. He still did it legally. So the guy that actually started McDonald's never got to see the full potential of McDonald's. The guy that stole McDonald's from them guys, from the McDonald's brothers, went on to live and get millions and millions of dollars of the proceeds from him not even starting it, but him stealing the idea. Now we see this shit happen with Steve Jobs and Bill Gates and all these different the Facebook dude and all that stuff. They made these movies. They're showing you that these dudes will sit there and be vampires to the mastermind. And if you let these people take from you, nobody's gonna give a fuck. It is what it is. All's fair, love, business, and war. Remember that, guys, and you will be 10 times stronger when some shit happens to you. And you got to understand that it's all fair. It's all fair. It's all fair game. It is what it is, man. Sign substance we ain't having a lifetime strap.